Have you ever been used by someone you loved? Have you ever given everything to someone, only to realize they saw you as nothing more than a convenience? I have. His name was Ethan, and for a year and a half, I thought we were building a future together. I was wrong. But here's the twist. While I was healing from what he did to me, life had its own revenge planned for the woman he left me for. And it was brutal. My name is Naomi Clark. I'm 29 years old, and this is the story of how karma worked in ways I never expected. Ethan and I met through mutual friends. He was charming, ambitious, and seemed genuinely interested in me. We clicked instantly. Within months, we were inseparable. He talked about our future, marriage, kids, growing old together. I believed every word. I supported him through everything. When he lost his job, I helped him financially. When he was stressed, I was there. When he needed a place to stay while apartment hunting, I let him move in. I gave him everything. My time, my money, my heart. Looking back, I should have seen the signs. The way he'd check his phone constantly. The way he'd get defensive when I asked simple questions. The way he'd pull away emotionally but still take everything I offered. But I loved him, so I ignored the red flags. Until one day, I couldn't ignore them anymore. It was a Saturday morning. Ethan had left his laptop open on the kitchen table. I wasn't snooping. I was just closing it when a message notification popped up. From someone named Becca. Can't wait to see you tonight. Miss you so much, Red. My heart stopped. I opened the messages. There were hundreds. Months of conversations, photos, plans, declarations of love. Ethan had been seeing Becca the entire time we'd been together, maybe even before. And it got worse. He'd been using me, using my apartment, my money, my support, all while building a relationship with her. I sat there, staring at the screen, my hands shaking. When Ethan came home that afternoon, I confronted him. Who's Becca? His face went white. What are you talking about? I turned the laptop toward him. This Becca. Silence. Naomi, I can explain. Don't, just tell me the truth. How long? He looked down. 8 months. 8 months, while I was paying his bills, cooking his meals, planning our future. I'm sorry, he said quietly. I didn't mean for this to happen, but I love her. I'm moving in with her next week. I felt like I'd been punched in the chest. Get out, I whispered. Naomi. Get out now. He packed his things and left within an hour. And I was left sitting alone in the apartment I'd shared with him, surrounded by the wreckage of a relationship that had never been real. The next few weeks were the hardest of my life. I cried, I questioned everything, I blamed myself. Was I not enough? Was I too giving, too trusting? My friends tried to comfort me, told me it wasn't my fault, told me Ethan was the problem, not me. But it was hard to believe them when I felt so broken. Then, about a month after the breakup, I saw Ethan's social media. He'd made his relationship with Becca public, photos of them together, captions about finally finding real love. It felt like a knife twisting in my chest. But I made a decision that day. I wasn't going to let him see me fall apart. I wasn't going to give him or Becca the satisfaction. I deleted him from all my social media, blocked his number, cut off every connection. And I focused on healing. I went to therapy, started journaling, reconnected with old friends, took up hobbies I'd abandoned. Slowly, painfully, I started to rebuild myself. And as I healed, something unexpected happened. Life started taking revenge on my behalf. Section 4, the unraveling. About 3 months after the breakup, I heard through mutual friends that Ethan and Becca had moved in together. I felt a pang of sadness, but I also felt nothing, like they were strangers whose story didn't involve me anymore. Then, a few weeks later, I heard something else. Ethan had lost his job, again. And this time, Becca was the one supporting him financially. I didn't gloat. I didn't feel satisfaction. I just felt a strange sense of poetic justice. Another month passed. More rumors started circulating. Ethan and Becca were fighting constantly. About money, about his lack of ambition, about the fact that he wasn't pulling his weight. Sound familiar? Then I heard the real kicker. Becca had found messages on Ethan's phone, messages to another woman. He was cheating on her. Just like he'd cheated on me with her. I almost laughed when I heard, not because I was happy she was hurt, but because the pattern was so predictable. Ethan didn't love Becca. He didn't love me. He loved whoever was convenient, whoever would support him, whoever would take care of him while he did whatever he wanted. And now Becca was experiencing exactly what I had. 6 months after the breakup, I ran into Becca at a coffee shop. She was sitting alone, looking exhausted. When she saw me, her face flushed. Part of me wanted to walk away, to pretend I hadn't seen her. But another part of me, the part that had healed enough to feel compassion, walked over. Becca. She looked up, surprised. Naomi, hi. Can I sit? She hesitated, then nodded. We sat in awkward silence for a moment. Finally, she spoke. I know you probably hate me. I shook my head. I did for a while, but I don't anymore. I'm sorry, she said, tears filling her eyes. I'm so sorry for what I did to you. I didn't know. I didn't realize. That he was using you too. She nodded, crying now. He told me you two were broken up, that you were just friends. I believed him. And now I see it. He's been cheating on me with multiple women. I found the messages, the lies, everything. I felt a wave of sadness, not for her betrayal of me, but for the fact that she'd been caught in the same trap. I'm sorry, I said. I know how much that hurts. She looked at me, surprised. You're being nice to me, after what I did. Because I've been where you are, and I know how hard it is. We talked for over an hour, about Ethan, about the lies, about how we'd both been used. And by the end, I felt something I didn't expect. Closure. A year after the breakup, I heard the final chapter of Ethan and Becca's story. She'd left him, kicked him out, cut him off completely. He tried crawling back to her, begging, promising to change. She didn't take him back. Then he tried reaching out to me, a long, rambling text about how sorry he was, how he'd made mistakes, how he wanted another chance. I read it once, then deleted it, didn't respond. As for Ethan, last I heard he was living with yet another woman, following the same pattern, using, lying, repeating. But here's the thing, karma didn't just punish him, it taught him nothing. He's still the same person, still hurting people, still taking and never giving. But Becca, she learned, she grew, she rebuilt her life just like I did. We're not friends, we probably never will be, but I respect her for walking away. And me, I'm thriving. I'm in a healthy relationship now, with someone who values me, respects me, loves me genuinely. I have a career I'm proud of, friends who support me, a life I built on my own terms. If you're watching this, and you've been used by someone, hear me when I say this. You are not what happened to you, you are what you do next. Ethan used me, he broke my heart, he made me question my worth. But he didn't define me. And when I stopped waiting for him to face consequences and started focusing on my own healing, everything changed. Karma is real, but karma isn't about watching people suffer. It's about patterns catching up to people who refuse to change. Ethan will keep hurting people until he decides to change, and that's on him. Becca learned her lesson the hard way, but she learned. And me, I learned that my worth isn't determined by how someone treats me. It's determined by how I treat myself. So if you're healing from someone who used you, manipulated you, betrayed you, know this. You will heal, you will grow, you will thrive. And the person who hurt you, they'll either learn and change, or they'll keep repeating the same patterns until life forces them to face themselves. Either way, it's not your problem anymore. He used me, but life used her even worse. And in the end, we both walked away stronger. That's the real revenge.